What's going on, guys? Team PCD here. Today I am with the Little Rock Regional winner. What is your name?
I'm Brett Shirley, and I played Azamina White Forest today.
Good Lord. All right. Well, let's see the deck profile, man.
Yeah, no problem. So
right.
to start it off, we've got 3 Stellar of the White Forest. She's your main playmaker. The deck, if you don't know, she sends a spell or trap from your hand or field to summon one of your light tuners from the deck. And she resurrects herself whenever you send one for cost. And then we also play 3 LZ. She's similar in the fact that she gets your play started. She sends a spell trap from hand or field to grave to summon herself and add any of your White Forest monsters, so you can actually use her to go and get your Stellar if you need to have an extra normal summon. And then for the other main deck White Forest monsters, we played 2 Sylvia the White Forest. He's on summon. You get to add any White Forest spell or trap from deck to hand. And outside of that, he's got the graveyard effect to revive himself by shuffling back a White Forest Synchro monster. And we also just play the 1 Rusia the White Forest. This one's just an extender. If you need to have an extra card to draw, you can pitch off any spell trap from your hand or field. It has the same effect as Sylvia in the graveyard. So that is all of the White Forest monsters.
Pretty standard ratio.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Most people kind of float between 1 or 2 of this, or 2 or 3 of the Sylvie, because you have to have one of these names in deck to actually activate the Stellar. So it's important to have at least a high number, but you can actually brick on these guys. So you want to keep it between 2 and 2 or 2 and 1. I like to play 2 and 1. So. And then next up we have the Diabellstar engine. I'm playing just 2 Black Witch. Pretty standard. I think some people play 3 if you really want to see her. She has the additional benefit for playing the next cards in my deck, which are the Toy engine. These cards were MVPs today. If you don't know, they can set themselves as spells, and whenever they're sent from field to grave, for an effect, you can summon them back from grave. And this one lets you summon back a level 6 or lower if you have Toy Box on field. And then this one also lets you add any of your level 4 monsters or Toy Box if you don't already control it. But I'm very glad that I played the Toy Box today, and we'll get to that when we get to the spells. So. And then that was all engine. So for hand traps, we've got 2 Nibiru's, 1 Effect Veiler, and 3 Ash Blossoms. I felt like I was pretty happy with all these today. I think Nibiru is probably the worst card that I had for hand traps.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Raziel deck is really good as long as they have cross in play. This never resolves, essentially. So you really want to have some way to stop duo drive, so that's why I played the Ashes and the 1 Veiler. You can actually search this through your main combo line if you wanted an extra point of interaction. So that's all the monster hand traps I played. And then going on to the spells, I've got 3 Wanted of Simple Spoils. This card is never dead. It's like you always want to be able to search one of your witches, and the added effect to draw in the graveyard is insane to just start your turn off with. And then we also have the God card of the deck, Toy Box. Toy Box allows you to activate it and set 2 toys from your hand, deck, or graveyard face down as spells. And then it also has the hidden effect. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send any face-down spell trap card you control to then destroy that attacking monster. And this really pairs well with the rest of the White Forest cards that allows you to generate advantage without having to run dry on resources, because they count as continuous spells. You can send them plus the Toy Box itself. So really, if you activate 1 Toy Box, you have 3 spells to be able to fuel your plays with. So, insane card. I'm glad I put it back in after this week. And then for some of the utility White Forest cards, we're playing Beware of the White Forest. I know a lot of people don't play this one. I thought it was a way to out the Chaos Angel. And I know that some people play the quick play, but I just felt like just as removal, it was fine to play. I hit Cross with it, hit Chaos Angel today. I just think the utility was really good.
Just a searchable out, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one caveat is you have to have a level 6 or higher illusion or spellcaster, but sometimes you can just summon Witch and activate it. I did that a couple times today, so it's not dead all the time. And then the Searcher, this one just lets you add a monster, and all the White Forest spell and traps, whenever they're sent to graveyard to activate a monster effect, can reset themselves. That's once per turn, but that's how the deck ends up generating advantage if you didn't know. And then going on to more utility spells, I'm playing one Deception of the Sinful Spoils and the one Hollowed Azamina. And your typical combo lines will end up Witch, set this to go, and then activate to grab the Hollowed Azamina. And you can play this card 2 or 3 times on your turn. And when we get to the extra deck, we'll go over that. So, and then for the last few spells that I played, I just played some utility breaker cards. I played 2 Triple Tactics Talent, which was cracked all day today. It was really good into the Raziel matchup, just being able to force them to use Detonator or I get control of it. Really turns that board state around. And then I played 3 Forbidden Droplets. I saw this twice today, and it was good to negate a Desiree or going into the Detonator boards where they just have Detonator plus Duo Drive. It's like you just turn all it off for the rest of the turn. It can't protect itself. It attacks half, so it makes it cracking boards a lot easier. And then for the last spell was one Called by the Grave. So the God card. Yeah, I drew this card a lot against the Mold Charmies, and it was fantastic every time I drew it.
Nice.
And that's all the spells. So moving on to the traps. Just some generic traps. I just play 3 Imperm. I mean, it's the best hand trap that you could play, arguably. It doesn't play into Talents, it doesn't play into Cross, it just hits everything that you want to. So, played 3 of that. And then I played a bunch of searchables. I played the Azarun statue for the Hat Rabbit whenever we get to the extra deck. Played Medium Reframing, also another generic trap that you can search. And you only have to have a Synchro monster to negate the effect. You don't have to control Visas, so that's important to note. And then I played 1 Azamina Determination. This card is usually the card that you end off on whenever you go into the Azamina line. You get to add the Wanted after the Deception, and then you end up searching this off the Mu Release Siago. So this card was insane. It also has the added benefit of being able to reset Sinful Spoils, spells or traps, so that can also turn on your lines for your White Forest combos.
Okay.
And then the last one I played was the 1 Woes of the White Forest.
Right.
And this is your main interruption on your opponent's turn. It lets you
Gotcha.
synchro. So that's 42 cards in the main deck. So,
Wow, pretty nice.
and so moving on to, you want to see extra or side?
Let's do extra deck.
Okay. So for the extra deck, we'll go over the fusion monsters first. So I played the Azamina lines, played Il Sylvia, he's an Omni Negate, Muvra Zidago, it lets you search the Azamina trap card, and then also played Soul, whatever that guy's name is,
Yeah.
Aristikion. And this guy on summon, he lets you send a card. I know a lot of people don't play this guy. And
I love that card, man.
Man, it's so good.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's got the standby effect to add back your Sinful Spoil cards too, so it lets you grind games as well whenever you flip them. So,
Yeah.
but that's it for the Azamina cards. For the Synchro monsters I played, we've got both Silvera, he Book of Eclipses on summon, and we have Rasilia, who searches for the rest of your engine cards on summon. And we also played 1 Diabel of the White Forest, and choose your boss monster to let you add back any spell or trap whenever you use a Tuner Synchro monster. Typically one of these 2 guys. So. And that is all for the White Forest monsters. On to some of the more generic cards that we're playing. We've got Visas Armatara. He is unique in the deck because he does not require a non-tuner to summon. So some of your combo lines can end on Rusia and Sylvie to be able to summon this guy to search your counter trap.
Gotcha.
And then we play the 1 Chaos Angel, also a God card today. It won me so many games just to be able to sit on there and not be able to have easy interactions for your opponent.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to say about that guy. Coral Dragon, I made it 1 time today. It could probably be flexed for something else if you like it. But I still keep him in here just on the off chance that I need another Tuner Synchro instead of one of the White Forest monsters. And then Zapper Shrimp, another target for Diabell, literally the only way to summon it in the deck. And then Supreme Sword Soul Qing Ying. He's just another body. I never summoned him today, so could probably be something else. Okay. So I think I summoned everything else in here today outside of these generics.
Gotcha.
And then moving on to a couple of Xyz monsters. Play the one Baguska, just in case somebody shifters the deck. It's really weak to that card. And sometimes you can just sit on them and it'll like buy you enough time to push for another turn for game. And then the one Typhon, mainly for the Raziel matchup. Just being able to beat over a guy, bounce their other guy is just really good at playing through their boards. And then I got 2 links that I'm playing. The one Scylla Hat Rabbit from the Azurune statue search, and then the one SP. So not a whole lot to say about that.
Yeah.
So. And then moving on to the extra deck. First off, we are playing the extra nib in the side deck. I felt like 2 was fine in the main and ended up siding in and out between matchups. So I just wanted another flex spot in case I needed it. And then I'm playing 3 Lancia. I got to set it in 1 time against Malice today, and it won me the game on the spot. So definitely would include again. Shout outs to Austin Myrick for letting me borrow them. So, and then we played 3 Bestials. I just played 3 different names, so I never would brick on them. These are really for going into Fiendsmith decks and Bell decks as well. Yeah. It's just generically good monsters. So, and then that is all the monsters that I played. And for spells, we played 1 Duster and then 2 Thrust. Just to go and search any of the normal spell and traps. Sometimes you can just search the White Forest cards, since they're all normal spells and traps, to set them to start your combo line. Since you can't activate them that turn, you can still send them for cost, and they'll reset themselves. So I've done that a few times. And then for the traps, I played Double D Barrier, good against most of the metagame right now, and Triple Evenly Matched to round it off.
How was Evenly? Did that win you any games?
Yes, it won me 1 game today. I didn't see it otherwise. Okay. But it's good to in tandem with Forbidden Droplet since I play at main. Right. You can go, like if they're ended up on like a Desiree board, you can go Battle Phase and they'll negate with Desiree, and then you can just chain Droplets, send this, and then you get to drop their whole board. They lose everything. So I didn't really get to do that. Didn't put it into practice. I think I drew Droplets like twice, like I think I said. So, but other than that, that's all the extra deck.
All right, awesome, man. Well, do you got any shout outs before we?
Yeah, shout outs to Myrick, best player in Arkansas. Shout out 6 Card God.
Yes, sir, awesome. Every deck.
Shout out to my boo Swift.
Okay.
Shout out to my girlfriend Mallory. Shout out to Gamers Haven for having an awesome locals. And shout outs to you guys. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Well, thank you for
the Zach. Forgot Zach.
Bubbleman Hicks. Bubbleman Hicks. Yeah, next time he'll get it. So.
All right. Well, congrats on winning the regional, man. That's a big deal. So we'll hopefully see you again sometime. Thank you, man.